Well, this is kind of cool. Sleeve Chief is going to have the Dark Deck box. It's going to go up actually later today at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for all of you fans that might not like this, they've also got a binder that goes with it. So maybe, you don't like deck box, but you want a nice binder. They've also got a couple of other things going up. We had the Arcana deck box we talked about yesterday, which looked gorgeous. So discount code MCO40 to save you on your purchase on anything you want from Sleeve Chief. And I'll leave a link down below so you guys can check them out. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more on this. So we're digging into kind of seeing how these Grandmaster rares have been holding up. We have the newest arrivals pulled up here. Looks like the Kribo's still going for about 30, well, I see one for 3,700, one for 66, and one for 10 grand. So oh, and this one just actually sold just in the time of me refreshing that. That's actually really, really cool. So we do have a sale coming through on 3,000 yen for that. Let's take this off because I am kind of curious here. See, the Gaga guy just rolled in Dark Magician at $10,000. Sabateel Kribo sold for 3,600, which is, I guess, not that surprising to see. Dark Magical Curtain, a number, actually, what number is this? I see $36,775. The number is blurred out. Of course it is. That's crazy, man. 36 grand for one. You guys thought the 20 grand was crazy. We do have sales for 3,000 and 3,700, which is interesting. You had some 20,000ers coming in. I was actually just at an odd I sell for two. A 1,300er. Looks like some boxes have been selling for about 118. That's interesting. Kribo sold for $11,000. Duh, what now? Why? Why is this so much? What number were you? This was number 7. That's actually kind of cool. Okay, so it was a low number that actually came through and did well. These are a little bit inconspicuous, but interesting just to see. I see a Stardust actually sold for 9,000 and another for 7,000. The Starlight, or the Grandmaster rare market, I'm not surprised to see long-term how this has been doing. This is going to be something that we're going to keep an eye on every single weekend just to see, because, I mean, these only get rarer as time goes on, just to kind of see, where things are going to go. Elf notes. So, if you've been paying attention to, meta developments and things, this deck and engine has been gaining a little bit of excitement. I'm not going to say that, it's crazy, broken, amazing, but the realization right now is these cards have been disappearing. Lucina's Starlights are $150 a piece. I am not gonna sit here and tell you that's a good deal, because I don't think that is. You have a market price at $95 on these. And, they jump up to 175, 180, and they continue to go on. Your lowest sale, or your most recent sale, was $109, floating about $110, with a sprinkled version of $100 rolling on through here, doing their thing, which, once again, it's to be expected. Starlight Tenia's 55. I mean, that's about normal. The little birdie coming in 34, which isn't bad. Lucina's, this is where, God, they were at 20 listings just a couple minutes ago when I refreshed this. Oh my God, they actually moved. Yeah, $30 copies moved, 27s. You're now at $26, but lowest verified puts you at 28. Probably by this afternoon today, or into tomorrow, you will see this card eventually slam into the wall and accelerate up to a higher price point at this stage. I'm not excited to tell you that surprise, it's expensive, but if you're really, really, really shocked, I don't know what to tell you. This one has been a little bit interesting to watch. So, Ghost Rares, especially Shark Drake Vice here, you notice the unlimbs coming in at 11 to 12, and you kind of accelerate up a little bit. But when the fun begins here, let's tab into first eds. Let's go to everybody's favorite near mint. This is it. You've only got 2 listings available on today's market for near mint versions of Shark Drake Vice. Are you surprised about that? I don't know why you would be. It's just a classical good card. Ultimate Rares, 50 listings. The German versions are 5s. Thank you. Very, 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 very cool cards. But let's take one step further here. Let's go back to everybody's favorite number C32. Let's go take a look at the Ultimate Rare, because the Ultimate Rare is kind of doing the same thing. You have 46 listings. You're rolling through like $8, $9, but once again, the minute you hit this near mint first ed mark, you're looking at like 15, jumping on up to the infamous 420.69 giggity. So kind of keep a little bit of an eye on this. I don't think anything's going to happen with Sharks, but you know, vintage, old cards, first edition, it's something to note. Dark Smog. Well, you know, this card is from Photon Shockwave. I am not surprised to see first ed Photon Shockwave's cards actually doing something. But this is another case of you have 6 at $10 a piece. Once those disappear, you jump up to $20, then you jump up to $30. But I mean, how often do these sell? Well, shockingly enough, this card actually does get a decent amount of sales over time. I'm not exactly sure what possesses people to go, wow, I need to go pick up Dark Smogs. Because, I mean, what? Once per turn, you can target a monster in your opponent's graveyard, discard a Fiend monster, and banish that target. That was always like, discarding the Fiend monster was like a little bit costly for this. It's also a trap card, and it's continuous. So, like, searching this thing out or trying to get this card pumped up is a little bit interesting. Fiendish Chains for near mint first eds. Anybody notice a problem here? Surely, you know, there could be some first eds on the market. Well, when you click first edition, there are none on the market. All right, so Absolute Power Force versions of this card actually just don't exist. I don't know what else to say, man. You're dealing in the niche department once again, and this has been the same case we've been seeing over time. Now, I mean, obviously, you know, you go first eds, we take off the limiter. You can find there's a mod play for $6. You know, there's no light plays on the market either. Interesting. Geargia Accelerator. Geargia has been doing some pretty crazy things, I guess, in redo format as of late. It's enough to kind of get people looking around a little bit, going, "Oh, hey, you know, do we need to have a conversation with this? You know, do we need to have a look-see at this?" I think the answer is yes. I think we do need to talk about this. Right now, $17, $20, $24, and $20. Oh god, that's like $33. After shipping. Your last sales were like $15 a piece, and that was just yesterday. They just don't exist anymore, people. Once again, you know, we talk about older formats coming through here and bunking the market, and it continues to do its thing. Oh, what now? Clear Vice Strike. You know, I still have a crackpot theory we're going to see some Clear World support eventually. It's got to be better than what we got in the side set. $160 on up to $200 for near mint first ed copies of this card. I'm actually shocked that these are that much. Obviously, there's a lot of unlims on the market. You can get an unlim for, actually, these go up. Huh. Clear Vice Dragons on buyout on near mints. That is very interesting. Its counterpart's still 40 cents, and the commons are nothing, but these secret rares are going up. I guess I didn't have that on my bingo sheet. Mr. Bure. You know, talk about a card that is just... I feel like this card's always been $30 for first ed near mint. Like, I guess there was a time where they were like 42s, but like, they've gone down a little bit. Especially when you're dealing in, once again, the older format department where you're watching these cards kind of tutor up and, you know, do some great work. Not surprised, actually. Chaos Trap Holes. You know, 23 listings. This might just be a penny stonk to pick up, especially for older formats. OTS 3 prints coming in. Like I said, you do eventually hit the dollar mark plus shipping, but how often these actually sell? People pick up a playset every once in a while. I mean, I don't really blame them, right? This is a card you look at and you're like, maybe there is something to this. You know, actually seems kind of nice, honestly. So what do you guys think about, you know, interesting, good enough things to happen? So please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back later in the day, guys. You guys have a good rest of your day, right? Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.